All right, I call this public
It's 6:37.
6:37 p.m. Notice is hereby given that the Board of Education of the Southampton Union Free School District is holding a public hearing to hear all interested parties and residents regarding a proposed resolution to authorize an increase in exemption from school property taxes for qualified low-income senior citizens and persons with disabilities pursuant to sections 467 and 459C of the real property tax law. I'm now going to turn it over to the presentation by Mr. Gene Mingo, our Assistant Superintendent for Business.
Thank you, Dr. Dino. As Dr. Dino alluded to, this public hearing is being held to inform the public about a tax exemption for senior citizens and physically disabled residents with limited income. So this exemption is under New York State Bill number A039568. It was passed by the New York State Assembly on January 29, 2021. The bill is to amend the real estate property law in relation to increasing the amount of income property owners may earn for the purpose of eligibility for the property tax exemption for persons 65 years of age or over, and for persons with disabilities and limited income. Again, the exemption is under section 467 of the real property tax law, authorizing taxing municipalities, including school districts, after a public hearing to adopt a resolution exempting real property owned by certain qualified persons 65 years of age or over to the extent of 50% of the assessed valuation thereof. Section 467 of the real property tax law allows school districts to adopt a sliding scale income level provision for property owned by certain qualified persons 65 years of age or over. The Southampton Union Free School District Board of Education is given the authority to grant the exemption to eligible persons in accordance with the sliding income schedule hereinafter set forth. Said exemption to be subject to income and all other provisions of section 467 of the real property tax law, beginning with the 2023-24 tax year. And these are the income levels at which members of the community will qualify. It starts with incomes up to and including $50,000, all the way up to $58,400. And it's a sliding scale as per the column on the right. Again, the town provided the district with a list of properties that are currently receiving the senior citizen exemption, along with their percentages based on income. Based on prior resolutions, the majority of the exemptions are already at 50% level, so many of the people who qualify for this exemption will see a very small change in their property taxes, at least for the school portion of the property taxes. But they'll see increases anywhere from 5 to 50%. Currently, we have 136 district residents of 65 years or older who are receiving some type of exemption. What's unknown is how many new applicants the town will receive due to the new income levels. And as per the information that we received from the tax assessor, there are an additional 677 properties throughout the town that are currently receiving the enhanced star that may become eligible to receive the senior citizen exemption. And this is pretty much the information for the people who are qualified or who may become qualified for the tax exemption. And now I'll take your questions if you have any.
Could I just ask one? They don't have to do anything. These people don't have to do anything.
From what I've known so far, no, it doesn't require any action. Once you pass the resolution, we'll send that information to the town. And I don't know if they're going to send them something in the mail to alert them that they qualify. I don't know what the next steps are, but I can find out. Any members of the public? Jack?
Okay, with no further questions from the board, I can announce that public comments will be heard on the proposed exemptions only at this time. Presentation should be as brief as possible. No speaker will be permitted to speak for longer than 3 minutes. The board will not permit in public session discussion involving individual district personnel or students. All speakers are to conduct themselves in a civil manner. Obscene language, libelous statements, threats of violence, statements advocating racial, religious, or other forms of prejudice will not be tolerated. Anyone who wishes to speak for public comment, please come up to the microphone. We're good. Then this public hearing is hereby adjourned at 6:43 p.m.
All right, thank you, Nick. Okay, I reconvene this meeting at 6:43 p.m. The board is returning to public session after having held an executive session where collective negotiations pursuant to Article 14 of the Civil Service Law were discussed. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Kara Conklin Wingfield. Here. Anastasia Gonzalez.
Here.
Donald J. King.
Here.
James F. McKenna.
Here.
Jacqueline Robinson.
Here.
Cindy Sherwood Bentley.
Here.
And Jermaine L. Smith.
May I have a motion to adopt a resolution granting an exemption to the eligible persons subject to income in all of the provisions of Section 467 of the real property tax law, beginning with the 23-24 tax year as presented with a roll call vote. Second? Second. Thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Kara Conklin Wingfield. Yes. Anastasia Gonzalez.
Yes.
Donald J. King.
Yes.
James F. McKenna.
Yes.
Jacqueline Robinson.
Yes.
Cindy Sherwood Bentley.
Yes,
And Jermaine L. Smith.
Yes.
so carried. May I have a motion to adopt a resolution granting an exemption to eligible persons subject to income in all other provisions of Section 459C of the real property tax law, beginning with the 23-24 tax year as presented with a roll call vote.
So moved.
Second? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Kara Conklin Wingfield. Yes. Anastasia Gonzalez.
Yes.
Donald J. King.
Yes.
James F. McKenna.
Yes.
Jacqueline Robinson.
Yes.
Cindy Sherwood Bentley.
Yes,
And Jermaine L. Smith.
Yes.
so carried. Okay, may I have a motion to return to executive session for discussion of collective negotiations pursuant to Article 14 of the Civil Service Law and the Employment History of particular people? Motion. Second? I'm sorry. did you hear? Yeah, okay, thanks, Karen. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so carried. Executive session has begun at 6:45 p.m. Thank you, everybody.
Or